Hey Beavers, Mr. Maureen coming at you with a little tech troubleshooting video here. I have had a lot of the same question and a lot of feedback emails about the Strong Start email assignment, which was not filled out correctly or confusing for some of you. So I want to model it very quickly here as a video. I know most of you are using Outlook in the browser. So I wanted to model what that looks like here, especially since it doesn't have quite the same interface or tools. So I sent myself the homework assignment, pardon me, so you could see exactly what it looks like from a student standpoint. If I single click into an email, it will open here within this browser preview window, which for me is a bit clunky. So I am going to suggest that whenever you get a new email, to make sure that you have all your tools and that you can see the whole thing, you double click on the message, in which point it should open up to its own browser window. You can make it full screen, so this is the focus of your attention. This is pretty good practice to make sure that you don't miss anything in an email. The very first step that I asked you to do was critical for helping me to stay organized with all the emails that I get in my inbox from students. And that is editing the subject line right here of an email. I've opened the message into full screen, but I still have to reply. I'm replying to this message. And when I'm in full screen mode, only when I'm in full screen mode, does it make the subject line right here editable. I'm just going to pretend I'm in World History Period 3 because that doesn't actually exist. So I am sending a message back to Mr. Maureen, World History 3, because I belong in that period. I've kept the name of the assignment and then when it was due. In the body of the email, I'm carefully reading the instructions to include all 3 steps. I'm going to just copy these and paste them up here so we can talk about them for a second. I have gone through this attached survey. It's a learning styles inventory, and I'm putting down my scores here for V, A, and K, what I earned for each of them. Then step 2, I'm including 2 to 3 class commitments framed as I will statements. I give you my example here. I will log on to our Teams call 3 minutes before the start of class each day. And step 3 will be specific goals that you have. Many of you have told me that step 4 is not working, and we've since learned that, so you can ignore step 4. Steps 1, 2, 3, in reply to the email, I have amended my subject line to include what class abbreviation and period number I belong to. This helps Mr. Maureen stay organized with the 148 students and emails I receive regularly. As a quick final note, as I'm wrapping up, I do prefer email communication. All emails that you address to me, regardless of the subject matter, should include your class abbreviation and period, so I can quickly sort it and get back to you faster. I will mention this in class to all age groups. Please do not, and I'm going to speak for all teachers here, which I rarely do, please do not email me about updating the gradebook. That is a responsibility of mine that I am committed to, and I can say proudly that in 11 years of doing this job, I've never lost a piece of students' work. Updating the gradebook will not happen faster if you pester your teachers. Please let us do our job at the pace that we're trying to keep up with it. I would say give your teachers at least 10 days from the point of turning in something, at which point if you see no update in the gradebook, then after 10 days, then you could reach out to them. But please, it is very frustrating for teachers to update the gradebook when something is due, and then, for example, a student turns in something late and immediately asks why the gradebook isn't updated. That's like nails on a chalkboard to me. And I bet many of your other teachers too. Thanks for sticking with this whole video. I hope it was a good, useful tool for you to navigate this assignment. See you on the other side.